Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Jarvan game. Let's get this show on the road. Which one? So yeah, I'm pretty happy to say that I get to play with friends again. Because you guys know, most of my games, or pretty much all my games, have been that lone wolf, emo kid, never wanted to do anything with friends, Sasuke kind of guy thing. But no, I finally get to play with some friends, so using more coordination and solo queue at least. Anyways, buff to buff, because there's an enemy Evelyn, and I want to see if I can catch her. However, I learned that she started off on a red buff, so I warned my teammates that she might be ganking down bottom lane, so I go back to clear. I'm going to get as much experience as possible, as quickly as I can, because I got to get my ultimate. Now, I'm also keeping an eye on the Yasuo because he's super aggressive, constantly attacking the Lux, so it means he might open himself up to being ganked. So I go down mid, and this is actually a pretty awkward gank, because when I EQ, he dashes towards me, so it creates a lot of distance between us. I still go up and start smacking him, I even flash to continue smacking him, and Lux is able to pick up the kill. And that's actually really good, because if this failed, it would have set me behind because it burned a lot of resources to do that. Anyways, I go clear my last two camps, and again, that's a huge boon to me. Essentially, now that I'm able to go back, I can buy quite a bit of items. Longsword boots and upgrading my jungle hunter's talisman, sorry. That's a big deal, because that's a lot of items right off the bat, which makes me be able to absolutely destroy the Evelyn if she ran into me. And you can see she's like just hanging back, she's a little bit scared. And so, you know, just a little kind of a fight for the scuttle, not really, because she doesn't try that hard, and I managed to take it. So again, I got a small advantage against her. I'm looking for more kills. Constantly looking towards the Yasuo because he's just, you know, doing his best, but whatever. So yeah, get level 6. Things are super aggressive now. Go towards mid, just wait for an opening, but nothing comes of it. Goes instead to bottom lane. I had an idea that they might have had the river warded, so I go down bottom. They don't have this warded, so jump in, smack her, and as soon as they get close to each other, I ult, which allows me to do damage to both of them. I also stabbed Kai's in the butt and then killed Nautilus too. So double kill for me. There is no sharing for Jarvan, okay? You know, they might be buddies, but I get all the monies. Anyways, we'll get my blue buff. You can see I'm already going to start rampaging because getting 3 kills super early is Jarvan, and maintaining a good momentum in terms of farming is a colossal boost. As you can see, I go back and already completed my warrior enchantment. I'm heading to Black Cleaver. This might be the most awkward situation in the entire game, so I go in there, do quite a bit of damage. My ultimate could not kill the Evelyn because she used hers, and she tries to come back in to try to, you know, sneak kill me, and it's just kind of unfortunate because I smack her, and my shield and Lux shield were able to keep me alive, and you can see that, you know, Yasuo was trying to kill me too, but a stab in the face brought him down. It's just a sliver of health. Hell, it could have literally just been a double kill for the enemy team instead of ours, but everything was super awkward for both of us, and I think, you know, what they did was technically smart. It just happened to be, you know, it didn't work out for them. Anyways, my bottom lane teammates try to get a kill on these two, but in comes Evelyn, or Yasuo, I mean. They might be the same champion at this point. But I also show up. Easily kill the Kai'Sa, turn my attention to the Yasuo, he, you know, scampers off. You know, the Evelyn in Yasuo skin, I have faulty memory, don't yell at me. I'm a jungler. I get beat up a lot. Anyways, go back at the Scuttle Crab, just go get my red buff, keep an eye on the lanes, kind of leaving top lane to its own devices. It's a Vladimir versus a Kale. Nothing's gonna happen. You know, I know there was a red ward there, but I immediately wanted to go down bottom lane just so we could dive them. But it was not timed properly because the minion waves just came up and they weren't able to push quickly. But then they awkwardly just kind of forget that I was, you know, walking here. So they allow themselves to basically be killed. Nautilus goes in for the attempted kill, but I just, you know, sneak from behind and easily stab him and burn his ultimate. And then Kai'Sa's just like, hey, look, oh no. And she dies too. So I've been poking her in the butt a lot this entire game with my, you know, giant lance. Anyways, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Again, I have I have 7 kills. My Black Cleaver's done. I can basically execute anybody at this point. I am a beast. I go top lane to see if I can catch the Kale, and as soon as she tries to ward here, I immediately go on her, smack her a little bit, use my ultimate. Surprisingly, she doesn't use her ultimate when she probably really should have timed it, so I chase after her and just destroy her. It's like, it's sort of like that whole well, it is kind of the Kale thing. In the past, when people used to use Kale, they would use the ultimate to save someone who was about to die, rather than using it on someone who was about to receive an ass load of damage. It's better to use it when the majority of the damage is still available and to linger around with it and wait till, oh, I saved you with a sliver of health. Anyways, me and Vladimir and I are hanging about thinking we're total badasses, but instead, we just fight this super poorly and die. Then this really, really a bad thing. So we get cleaned up. That was terrible of us. Anyhow, you can see, I'm continuing with the whole ass destroyer Jarvan thing. I'm not gonna be buying no tankiness, nothing like that. I'm going straight absolute murder fest. My next item is Titanic Hydra to aid in my burst power. Anyways, Nautilus decides, hey, look, Jarvan's available. Let's start attacking him. He blows everything. He also uses his ultimate. I just EQ and escape. I'm walking away, totally safe and free, and then Kale out of goddamn nowhere comes in and kills me. But fortunately for me, that means the rest of their team gets super punished for having extremely overcommitted to that. So it's a 3-for-1. I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Basically, we're doing what the suggested play towards dealing with Kale is. You mix Kale with coconut oil and then just sweep that into the garbage. Anyways, it's still 13-9. So this situation. I always bring it up. Just, if all the kills are concentrated on one character, it's not a good spread. It pretty much means that if they control and kill me, my team's power plummets, or relatively speaking. So my team is pretty weak all around, mostly because I've been, filtering all the money into me. Yasuo got a little too close, easily destroy him, also trapping the Nautilus, and so he's doomed to die. Also, again, one of my favorite things to do as Jarvan is getting multiple flags. So me being able to do that against the Nautilus, oh, so good. Anyways, easily take 2 turrets out of this. The enemy team, I think at this point they're kind of donezo. They wanted to stall. They were meant to stall to make sure the Kale got activated, and very much so they could still win this because, again, Kale. But I was able to absolutely terrorize their laners, and mostly because they overcommitted, and they were mostly, my lanes controlled them rather well. Here I jump against the Nautilus, dealt some damage, Kaiser decides to chase me, and I alter, then, Lux comes in and does a lot of damage, and then I poke in the butt again. I think, that I want to name it that, but I'm pretty sure people would be really angry if I did. But anyways, Nautilus just kind of hung around thinking he'd be able to survive, but, I also destroyed him. It's a pretty grim, demoralizing situation for the enemy team. Essentially, I'm almost unkillable. Well, not exactly unkillable. I just kind of kill them first. So is that not also relatively unkillable? Death is the best CC. Okay. Yeah, anyways, my teammates get into a really odd fight against them, mostly because they committed so much to that, and it looked so close that my team were going to get killed, and then they eventually do get killed by the Kale, and then I revenge killed the Kale. It's just a whole lot of murder back and forth. It's like the enemy team had a really good fight, but their damage just wasn't there to actually achieve anything. They got killed, and then my teammates, overcommitted, and they got killed, so this is kind of a funny situation. But yeah, you can see it. Go back and buy a Guardian Angel. Well, I'll buy Titanic Hydra, but then I'm going to buy a Guardian Angel. Essentially making it nearly impossible for the enemy team to deal with me. Once I go in and destroy somebody, it's pretty, and even if they focus me and die, I'll come back and do it again. And yeah, the rest of my team at this point now, they've gotten their own farm and their own murder guild going, that they're also gods. So yeah. I know this was a pretty one-sided game, but I really did want to upload a game with, playing with buddies again. And yeah, this is a normal game, but, playing with friends. Honestly, it's kind of rare for a lot of people now in League of Legends, if Reddit is, saying the truth. With some people moving on from League of Legends and some people just trying to stick by. If you want to comment, if you want to share, how do you play this game? Have your friends moved on? And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos, because YouTube and stuff.